A very warm welcome to the Trading Mentors. Hope you are having a fantastic day. It is Wednesday the 5th of April and this is the Midweek Forex forecast. So we're going to go through the Forex markets in the next few minutes. So put your feet up, grab a coffee and enjoy the next 15 minutes or so. So it's the 5th of April and here we go. So open positions we have the NASDAQ plus 461 points. Hang Seng plus 221, gold plus 360, pound USD plus 75. So far, all a bit quiet. Canadian yen, we just opened. I'm going to go over that one with you as well. So we'll go over these trades and get a flavour of what we do, how we do it, how to profit. One of the things I'm going to do, and I often do with these YouTube videos, is to put a bit of a coaching lesson inside this as well. This is a flavour of what we do. I've been trading for 30 years. It's actually a bit longer than that now, but I don't like to depress myself. So what we're going to cover is how to trade with the boss. So this is break of structure. Break of structure is a real fundamental understanding of what happens within markets to get your consistent profits over and over again. I'm going to go over that with you to make sure that you understand it. And these will coincide with the positions we've got open, and you'll get a flavour of that. We're going to go through the markets, do the DXY, risk on, risk off. Yen futures are very interesting. Got some yen starting to make a move. Indices, we're now for stocks. We've got some big moves on the Dow and the NASDAQ and Hang Seng and so on. And there's some lovely setup on the FTSE 100 coming. Commodities, we love commodities, don't we? Gold, silver and oil. We'll have a look at those double bottoms. And the next trade setups coming up in the next few hours or the next few days. Don't forget, we've got Easter bank holiday long weekend. So we won't be trading Friday or Monday, of course, but nonetheless, we've got a few days to make some money, haven't we? Don't forget to subscribe. Apparently, it's good for my algorithm. Who knew? And become part of my team. 14 days free trial. If you like it, come in and join me. If you don't like it, just switch it off. Totally up to you. But I'm here to coach you and get you more consistent profits. Just click on the link below. So before we go in to see the markets and talk about break of structure, it's important to understand how it works and why it works. So this is a typical pattern for an uptrend. We have a pullback, correction, whatever you want to call it, and then into a wave, an impulse, and achieves higher highs, back into an impulse and a retracement, correction, pullback, and back up again. That's how it works. So the break of structure is when the price breaks the previous high here and there. So your buying opportunity is as the price breaks that structure, called break of structure, or boss as we call it here at the tradingmentors.com, and there's another one there. So we're looking for those, and we have a tool that actually helps us to not to guess where they are, but to tell us exactly where they are. And so there's nothing subjective about this. So this is the tool that we use. And so what we have here, we have a tool that tells us which direction this is. What is this? This is gold. So the break of structure, when it happens big. So this actually measures the previous high. This red resistance area here is the previous high. You can draw a line. It's just as easy, but this does it for you. So it's very visual. So as the break of structure happens, the price goes higher. As you get the correction, it calculates where you need to buy it, and then it goes green as well. Now the important thing here is, and I've got my members listening as well, so hopefully you guys are in the room. And so this is on the daily. So what we can actually do is put next to it a 4-hour chart. So we can see quite clearly that the 4-hour chart here on the right now coincides with the with gold on the daily chart. Okay, so whenever you see this happening, this is a very simple system of buying into the trend. So this confirms that the trend is highly likely probably to continue, and everything is green. We are color coordinated here at the tradingmentors.com. So when the price moves up, look on the right, we can see that the structure has been confirmed and the break is on. Okay, now this works very simply on all charts. So you could have a 4-hour and a 2-hour. Let's have a look at that. Let's change this to a 4-hour. There's your 4-hour on the left, and you can change this to a 2-hour. And there's your 2-hour break on the right here now. So this works throughout the process and throughout the charts. It works on stocks and shares, it works on commodities, it works on indices, it works on Forex, and a very clever way of getting into a market where there's likely to be a very big move. And when the big move occurs, then of course you make a lot of money. Don't forget, these charts are very slow. This is a 2-hour chart, this is a 4-hour chart, so you know you're not going to get the noise, as it were. And we also use Heikin-Ashi charts as well to avoid all the noise that's going on. So let's go into the markets, and we're going to go on the same theme. I've taken all the tools off for the Advanced Pro charts, but this is part of the Advanced Pro charts, but the rest of the tools I've switched off for now. So this is a very simple way of trading. As we know, 101.81 currently. Markets are, looks like, getting ready to have the break early. Volumes are very light, but nonetheless we can see quite easily and visually, this is the important thing, that the price is very weak. Everything red on the daily, red on the 4-hour, red on the 2-hour. So we expect dollar to remain weak until it changes direction, then weak dollar. So we are long pound USD, all very quiet, and we are short Canadian yen. We are long NASDAQ. We are also long Hang Seng as well. So we'll have a look at those. You'll be able to understand what I mean by price structure and clarity. This is the yen futures, currently 77.18. And as you can see very clearly, this has now gone long. The structure has changed. It's now achieving higher highs. And also on this chart as well. So the charts are agreeing with each other. So whenever the yen futures goes up, we can expect continued weakness in all the yens. Okay, so the Canadian yen, the pound yen, the euro yen will all be going down. This is the price structure chart, break of structure chart, boss chart for the Dow Jones. US 30 as it's known by many brokers. We can see the break of structure. We've got a buy signal on the Advanced Pro charts. Congratulations to all members who traded this and made a lot of money. I know there's a lot of you out there. But now we can see that the 2-hour chart here is now mixed because of the low volume basically. So we have to wait for the next leg up, which it will be because this structure is still intact. It's definitely not down. So we would not sell it once we get mixed charts like this. This is not tradable. But nonetheless, a break above 33,545 is going to initiate another buying opportunity in the next few days. So this is the FTSE 100, 7662. Again, very sideways, as we can see. But you can clearly see on the left the direction overall for the FTSE, which is going to come up. It's below the 50-day moving average, which is very important here on the left. And you can see the structure of the chart. This is not ready, but it's definitely on our watch list. So when it breaks this area, I've got an alert here. So just below this green line, as it breaks 75.80, this is going to head for 68.70. This is a fantastic example of what I mean on the NASDAQ. Currently 12,934, so we're 12, 9, so we're about 400 points up on this one so far. We're holding on to it, no reason not to. What you often find is that when you position trade, the price will go up, it will come down, it will go up, it will come down, it will go up. So that's typical of what we expect. But nonetheless, clarity is one of the things that we had a buy signal here, we had a buy signal here, we entered, and of course the structure was intact, and the structure's intact here as well. So this is what you're looking for, guys. So very simple, very straightforward. You have to be patient in order to get that trade, because the structure's not always there at the right time. But that's why we have a VIP room, where if anything changes and we've got a situation which is looking good, I will let you know. The Hang Seng is all a bit quiet, 20,381. But you can see the structure's clear. We've got a buy signal above the 50-day moving average. As the price broke out of this structure, then we were in and now making a small amount of profit. What's the target? 21,000. On to gold, 2022. All a bit sideways today. A big move in the last few days. Congratulations to all my members, my team, and a great move. So as the price had the break here and another one here, then there was the money in the banks. Congratulations to you guys. Let's have a look at the software, which is one that we want to use. So this is the gold software which we use. It's better to use this than it is to go into a position trade if that's your thing, because commodities is high risk because of just the way it's structured. So you can get into these positions using these charts here. So this move here, 1981, broke out in 1984 and got grabbed 300 pips. This move here is another 300 pips. So what we're looking for in an ideal world, we're looking for a buy signal on the left above the 50-day moving average. That's what you're looking for. What have we got going on now? We've got a sell signal, but it's above the 50-day moving average. So the price is holding on to support here about 2017. But until it breaks the 50-day moving average, this is not a sell. And if you look on the right here, the 5-minute chart is broken down. We have break of structure here, which is what it's all about. And we're likely to see a push down now to probably $2,000 again, and that will act as support. A couple of things to notice here. This stochastic's oversold. This one's overbought. This one is dominant for the 5-minute chart and likely to roll over. So on a sell signal you would sell to 2,000, but only once the price breaks, not 2017, which is the 50-day moving average. One of the things I do recommend, I trade off the MT4 charts, and I just make sure before I enter the position I've got the 20 versus the 50. The black is the 50 and the blue is the 20. So as the gold software starts to kick in, we get a buy signal here, then we would know that this is highly likely in the uptrend. If we get a buy signal back here, for instance, then we know that that's not ready. We wait for the golden cross, wait for the pullback, get the buy signal, and away we go. So as we can see, it's consolidating now, 2021. Probably going to pull back to about 2,000 in the next few days, but nonetheless still holding on to that trend, as you can see. So this is the pound USD now, 124.66, completely sideways. Nothing we can do about that. It's just the volumes in the market. This is what typically happens. This should be a non-farm payroll week, which is usually very similar, but actually the volumes are much lighter. It's only gold that's actually started to make some move. And so here's the deal on pound USD. You can see that the break of structure above the 50-day moving average, the buy signal as well, which is what we love to see. The buy signals appear on your chart, the Advanced Pro charts. Buy signal on your Advanced Pro charts automatically, and everything goes green. Even your candlesticks go green, and they're still green. So this indicates that there's probably going to be a continuation of that trend. Now, here's the deal. Our stop was down here somewhere, 122.77. We now move the stop to just below the green line here. This is acting as support for the structure. If this breaks down below this, then of course it's going to be at least mixed and not tradable. But at the moment, we're holding on, and it will be pretty much a zero risk trade today. Before I jump into the Canadian yen, which we are short going against us at the moment, but I just want to show you why we're not trading anything else at the moment in terms of the yens, because they're simply not ready. They're going to be ready probably in the next few days or the next few hours, but we can see the structure of the chart for the New Zealand yen on the left, down, now falling below the 50-day moving average, so there's likely to be a continuation of the move, but it's holding on to structure, isn't it? So we haven't got break of structure on the 4-hour yet. So once we get that, of course, then we can get into this trade and trade it. But let's have a look at the Canadian yen. Canadian yen is a much prettier picture, isn't it? So this is what we're looking at. So I just posted this in the VIP room for the members, and so this is what the chart looks like when I post it to them, and this is what their charts look like. We're all singing from the same hymn book, and so we're all agreeing with the sense of direction. That's the first thing, and then the target is the previous low down here. So we've got a nice trade going against us slightly, but nonetheless we have a potential 290 pip profit in here with a 2.56 risk to reward. Now here's a very good example. Euro yen looks very similar, doesn't it, to the Canadian yen, but here's something's not quite right here, and the price is above the 50-day moving average on the daily. So this indicates there's possible strength on this. Now this is going to be driven by the continued weak strength of the yen futures, which is going strong at the moment. But of course that can change overnight, and we can get a change of direction on that as well. So once you start to trend the yens, you've got to pick one or two, cherry pick the ones which are good, and the Canadian yen looks better than anything else, so we'd leave everything else alone for the moment. So the pound Swiss. Now one thing to remember with the miners, what I call the miners, the ones that are not a US dollar dominant or yen dominant, then these ones tend to be a little bit messy, if that makes any sense. They're much lighter volumes usually, so I would be tending to use the US dollars and the yens as your majority of your trades. And the other thing you can do, of course, is halve your positions on these miners. You may find that suddenly it just shoots into great profits. You wish you'd gone the full lot, but nonetheless, these are usually very slow movers, and you have to wait a long time for the profits to come in. But nonetheless, now the thing is with this one, again, it's similar to the euro yen, isn't it, where it's above the 50-day moving average on the daily here on the left. We do have breaker structure to the downside, but we don't have confirmation yet until it moves back down. So this breaker structure here is pretty much irrelevant. This is a very very good example, the pound Canadian 167.70. If we put this up, started trading this a few weeks ago, and we can see that what tends to happen with this, it goes up, it goes up, it goes up, it comes back down, it comes back down, and it breaks structure again, and you have to wait forever for a profit. And then with gold software, you make 300 pips in a few hours, so it's a little bit frustrating, but nonetheless you can see the break of structure quite clearly. There's no volume in it, so it's, we haven't gone anywhere with this one yet. But if you're still in it, as you remember, then congratulations, the target is 17000. final one for today. Hope you're enjoying this. And by the way, if you want to join me and become a member, then click on the link below in my description, and I'm glad to have you on board. Euro Canadian, this is the daily. You can see above the 50-day moving average has break of structure to the upside, but we have the retracement here and now it's broken up, so there's going to be a potential trade on this. I'm reluctant to put any trades on before the Good Friday weekend. I'll wait till maybe tomorrow, but if volumes aren't picking up, then I will actually wait until Tuesday. But from Chris here at the Trading Mentors, have a wonderful evening. If you've got any questions, just pop in and put them in the comments. I'll be glad to hear from you.